Okay, today we're going to do 7-5, solving equations with variables on both sides. So now we've done one-step equations, we've done two-step equations, we've done multi-step equations, and now we're going to throw variables on both sides. It's going to be the same variable, but they're going to be variables on both sides of the equal sign. So with that, what you do is you simplify where needed. So if you have to combine like terms, you have to distribute all on the same side of the equal sign. Then you get your variables on the same side of the equal sign by either adding or subtracting to the other side, and then you solve it. Okay, so we're just going to do examples today. Okay, so, let me see. I don't know what that is. All right, goodbye. All right, so when we look at this, so we have 9a on one side and 4a on the other. Since they're on opposite sides of the equal sign, you have to do the opposite to get it there. Okay, if they're on the same side, you would just combine them, but now you got to do the opposite. So you can think it doesn't matter which way you go. I would bring the 4a over just to keep it positive, but it doesn't matter. You can subtract the 9a over. It does not matter. Okay, so we're taking the 4 and the a together. That's why we subtract. Okay, if we were trying to get rid of the 4 to get a by itself, then you would divide, which we'll do in a little bit. But you're taking the 4 and the a over, so we have to subtract it. Okay, so we're going to underline that. So this becomes 5a. Please write your steps out or it's going to get so confusing. Okay, so now we have 5a plus 2 equals negative 18. So then we are going to subtract 2. Bring our 5a down. These two cancel. Negative 18 minus 2 is negative 20. Okay, and then we're going to take the 5a, and this is where you divide by 5. Where people get confused is why we divided here but subtracted up here. It's because here we're trying to get rid of the 5. We're trying to get a all by itself. You're trying to detach the 5 and the a. So we divide by 5, those cancel, a equals negative 4. Okay? Going over here, again, you can subtract, and you can actually, if you wanted to, I'm going to do it a little different this time. It does not matter. Over on this one, you could have subtracted the 2 first. It doesn't matter which way you do it. So here I'm going to start with our integers. Okay, so I'm going to subtract 4. What I do to this side, I have to do it to this side. Make sure you're subtracting the like terms. Don't subtract it from the 2. So then we have 4x. These cancel. 2x plus 32. Okay, so now we have to get our 2x over here. It does not do us any good to bring our 4x over here, then everything's on one side. So we're going to subtract our 2x because it's positive 2x over here. So we have 2x equals 32. These cancel. Okay, and now we're going to divide by 2. X equals 16. There you go. So again, there's different ways to do this. It does not matter as long as you do them all the steps correctly. If you wanted to start by subtracting the 2x over, that's fine. It does not matter. Okay, so same here. We're just going to do a few more. So same here. So we can start by bringing the 8 over or bringing the 6 over. It doesn't matter. You decide whatever you want to do. Okay, I think I might start by adding the 15 just so we can get positive. Add 15. So please bring down. Don't get lazy on what you're writing. Okay, because you're going to miss a step. So we add these together. 5, 6, 7, 8, 28. Okay. Now we have to get our b's together. So we're going to add 8b. Okay, I'm not going to bring the 6 over because you don't want everything on one side. Okay, so 14b equals 28. And then we're going to, I don't know if this will show up, divide by 14. Divide by 14, b equals 2. Okay? So then we come over here. There's only one integer. Okay, so we don't need to deal with that yet. We want to combine. You can't, if you subtract 22 over here, there's nothing to subtract it from. Okay, so we want to get these A's together. So we're going to subtract A. Okay, and I'm trying to get it away from the 22. So that's going to become 2A. Alright, and then divide by 2. So this one doesn't have as many steps. A equals 11. Okay, just have to see what you have, what the problem is. Okay. So everyone's favorite, you have to distribute first. Okay, it's like you have to combine like terms or distribute first before you do anything. So this is becoming 2A minus 20. Now we need to combine. Well, we need to get our 7A and our 2A together. So subtract 2A. So 5A equals negative 20. Divide by 5. A equals negative 4. I'm going to go a little bit faster. Okay, so if you need to stop it, that's fine. Or if you need to ask me in class. So here we're going to distribute as well. 4 times 8 is 32. Minus 4y equals 2y plus 16. So this one we have to combine our y's and our integers. So again, it doesn't matter. You can move it whichever way you want. I'm going to do it this way this time to show you that you can do it with negatives. It's fine. Please rewrite your steps. This is going to give us negative 6y equals 16. I just brought your 16 down. Those x's, or the 2y goes away. Okay, oops. My phone is not on silent. Sorry about that. Okay. So now we need to subtract 32 because we want to get 6y by itself and then eventually y by itself. So you're working down to try to get the y by itself. Okay, so these cancel. We have negative 6y equals, so this, remember, your answer is going to be negative. Okay, but you need to do 32 minus 16, which is what? 16. Duh. So, but it's going to be negative because the 32 is bigger. Divide by negative 6, divide by negative 6, so this one's going to be a fraction, which is fine. My answer is going to end up being positive, though. Okay, so it would be 2 4/6, which is 2 2/3. Is that right? 12, 4, 5, 6, yeah. 2 2/3. Okay, we got a few more still. 2 more, I think. Okay, so this one, they keep getting longer. See, I'm just trying to kind of show you all the examples I can. So we have to distribute first, and then just rewrite this one. Or you could, so now we still have this y's over here. If they're on the same side of the equal sign, you just combine them. Okay, you don't do the opposite. Okay, so 2y and y is 3y plus 3. Okay, so now we do the opposite. So let's add 12. You can do the y's first or the integers. It doesn't matter. Okay. And then we got to combine our y's. Okay, don't bring this 2 over here. It's not going to do you any good. They got to end up on different sides, the 15 and the y. Okay, so this is negative 5y equals 15. And then we divide by negative 5. Y equals negative 3. Okay. Okay, the last one is a word problem. Please pay attention and please write every step down. Okay? This is not the only way to do it, but it is the way. So on a test, you will have to write an equation and then solve. Okay? So you leave home riding what I can only imagine is a bike at a steady rate of 8 miles an hour. Okay? Your brother leaves home a half hour later, so that's important. On the same route. He rides at 12 miles an hour. how long after you leave will it take him to catch up? So what it's asking is, when are you equal? When are you the same distance away? When are you equal distance? So basically you're going to have an equation for you, an equation for him, and put an equal sign in the middle. Okay? So the equation is going to be your distance equals brother's distance. Well, do you remember what distance is? Okay, distance is rate times time. That's something you just have to have always remembering. Distance equals rate times time. So your rate is 8 miles an hour, because it's given. And we don't know what your time is. So 8 miles an hour times, we don't know your time. And then your brother's is 12 miles an hour plus or times his time. I should put your time right here. Okay? Well, so we have to come up with a variable. So we're going to say that x is equal to your time. Okay? So 8 times x is your time. Well, your brother's time in relation to your time is a half hour later. Okay? And we're just dealing in hours right now. Okay? So his time would be your time minus a half. You can put 0.5. I don't care. Okay, so your time is that. His time is your time minus a half. Bro's time. Okay? So this is the hardest part, but if you stick with this and do it like this on your assignment, you'll get it. Okay, so now it's an equation because they equal each other. So 8x equals 12 times x minus a half. So we have to solve, or we have to distribute. 12x, don't freak out. 12x times a half is the same as dividing 12 by 2, okay, which is just 6. What is half of 12? 6. So 12x minus 6, and then we solve it from there. Oh, sorry. Ooh, not that one. Subtract 12x. So we have negative 4x equals negative 6. And then we're going to divide by 4. Divide by negative 4, I'm sorry. Whoop. So x equals positive 6/4, which is really 1 2/4, which is really 1 1/2. And what were we? What 1 1/2? What? We know we're dealing with hours because that's what's given. Okay, so it's 1 1/2 hours. So you guys will end up in the same spot, 1 1/2 hours after he leaves. How long after? No, I'm sorry, after you leave. How long after you leave will it take him to catch up? 1 1/2 hours. Okay, that is it.